Welcome. Sitting out here in nature, next to the anthills, and the bees pollinating the clover, and the birds. This is not the angle, but it might have to do. I only have my little purse to balance the camera on, but I want to talk about reading. Reading. If you followed me for a while, you know that that's mostly what I did, was book videos, because I used to read a ton. Just over the years, life, you know how it be? Life. So, I have been trying to read for years because I love it. Something I always loved, but my attention span was pretty much zapped. Here comes the bee. You know, you could get a hit of dopamine from a 6-second video instead of having to focus and think. That's the thing. Using your imagination. You know, it's fun to watch movies, to watch shows, to watch people living their lives, to watch videos, but you're not really using your imagination, you're just watching what someone else has made. You know, they give you all the information that you need. Whereas a book, reading a book, it takes two things. One, a book, something someone created, and two, your imagination. To be able to read the book and imagine the book happening. And everyone obviously has a different perspective and a different lens they see the world. So everyone's imagination is different, and that's what's so beautiful about books, is that 100 people could read a book. There'll be certain things that are like exactly the same as everyone else thought, but there'll be certain things that like you imagined differently. That's the whole thing with books becoming movies, isn't it? You kind of lose the magic of imagination, of the endless possibilities and ways that you could imagine something, instead of just seeing it on the screen, how, you know, a handful of people imagined it. I just thought of that right now, and that's really good. Imagination. Imagination.
Imagination.
I have come back to reading, and it's been amazing. I really am amazed and so proud of myself. And now I'm just looking for the big grass. But yeah, over the past couple of years, I'd read like a book a year, and I really push myself. It's been building up, you know, I build up to it, but then this year, I did this little thing on my computer. I'll insert the video. Let's do book speed dating. So, you know I have a lot of books. I need to weed out the ones that I don't want to read. So I've got a stack. And we're going to go on a book speed date. This one, probably the last, because I feel like I'm going to read this one the most. But these, I'm just not sure. The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey. They're rowing it back. Tangled in Magic by Kim Ellis. And The Doll Maker of Krakow by R.M. Romero. And then this one. So I'm going to read these. I'm going to read 5 minutes each of these books. And then let you know how they were. The consensus is in. Instantly hooked. Instantly, the writing got me. This is a little more of a YA book. These are more of middle grade. Yeah, just neither of these, I think, are books that I'm going to actually want to read based on reading the first few pages. Based off the writing, this one was like, oh yeah. The first page was, I will read it. Those were like, both of these are a go. I feel like I could start any three of these right now. But this one really, really hooked me. This one I know is going to be a little more serious. This one could be too. So I might go with this one. Let's see. Will I actually read a whole book?
Later.
So from that, doing a little blind date, I decided to just start reading the The Fifth Wave, because I really liked it immediately from reading that. Oh my god. Okay, there's a bee. It's okay. Obviously the timing had to be right to get back into reading. And the timing, it's right. I've gotten it a little more into a habit of it, but I still do have to push myself to do it. So I started reading around March, and I started with The Fifth Wave. Read that, decided I would try to read the rest of the series, but I didn't need to have the book. I don't want to keep the book or read the series again. So I started going to the library. I took the second book out, and then the third. I'm reading the third currently. I read another book that I had in my little blind date video, Summer of Naked Swim Parties. I can't think of what her name was. I read that in between the first and second book to just mix it up, and it was like a kind of coming of age. It was an adult book, but I really liked it. It was like nothing spectacular, but the writing I really enjoyed. Just an overall good book. Would I read it again? Probably not good enough for me to want to keep it and read it again, but it served its purpose in my life. And now I can pass that book on to someone else. You know, I don't need to own all the books. If it's something I want to read again and again, or has a sentimental value, I don't need to buy every single book that I want to read, and libraries are where it's at. And little free libraries. I feel like I really want to just like recommend reading, like you should try it. So I just want to end this video with some reading stats. I didn't start reading until about March, and that's when I read The Fifth Wave. I then read the Summer of Naked Swim Parties, and then I read The Infinite Sea, the second book in the Fifth Wave. Then I read The Last Star, the third book in the Fifth Wave series. If you want to know my thoughts on this series, I have a little short review of it that I will link above. Then I read a couple non-novels. I read this one, like, it's kind of, I would consider it like a gift book, or like a small coffee table book. It's called How to Be an Artist by Jerry Saltz, and I liked it. It was a quick read. I mean, I read it in like an hour. And then I read a manga called Bakuman number 1, which I've had it since I was a teenager. I liked it better when I was younger. It's just not for me anymore. A manga is always a good book to read when you don't know what kind of book you want to read, or to get you into the reading mode. Currently, oh yeah, I forgot. Currently, I'm reading You'll See It When You Believe It by Wayne Dyer. I've been working on it for a while. It's a book where it's kind of spirituality, self-help, so you have to be paying full attention when you read it. And I like to put little tabs and make notes and stuff, so I've been working on that one for a little while. I recently started The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. I mean, I just started it, so really there's nothing there yet except for like the vibe of like fancy boys. I already did read this, but I'm gonna read it again. Blue Period. It's a manga, obviously, and I just picked up the other two from the library that I requested, so I'm gonna actually read them now. Yee! It combines two of my favorite things, books and art, and the first one was really good, queer characters, so I'm excited to keep reading this series and let it inspire me with some art. Just a moment of appreciation for how beautiful these books are, though. I really, really love the pencil. The pencil, really. So cool. I'm currently also reading, not really reading. This is more of an inspiration, flip through, look at the pictures. I'll read it, but like, there's only a little bit to say for each insect. I may or may not actually read all the words. But this is called Enchanted World, Pictures to Grow Up With by Brian Home. That's everything that I have read so far this year and what I'm currently working on. It's really nice to get back into reading. It's such a good form of not even just inspiration, but like juice, like soul juice. Like meat, like good hefty meat, good hefty life meat. Reading is like good hefty life meat. Reading makes life better. Imagination, creativity, you can learn stuff. You know, that's the thing about reading. You could read, like, kid books if you want to just look at the pictures, or you could read, like, books about how to do something. Like, there's the options, brother. The options. And reading. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you're reading currently, and I will see you in my next one. Peace.